Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome. Oh, why is that? Let me just fix this audio real quick. Okay, hello. Welcome to Emphy Sanity chat stream, the first one. Welcome. I'm here with Nightflame Shouri. Say hi. Hello. So, how's your days been? Like recently?
It's been alright. Well, yesterday I had I would say a tough day, but majority of it was alright.
That's good. I'm sorry about like that little bit of toughness, but at least it's mostly okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so let's get into the questions we have. Okay, so what sort of mental health struggles have you been facing lately, or emotional struggles?
For me, I would say that's just like, it would be just coping with emotions and, well, dealing with them mainly.
Yeah, what kind of emotions?
It would be a mix of, like, I would say a mix of anger and other emotion, like anger, sadness, other things.
Yeah. So generally, like, more negative emotions.
Yeah.
So how do you say that would like affect your mental health, like recently?
I would say it has impacted me a lot because like a lot of things that's been going on. It's been like up and down for me. One minute I'm good, next minute I'm not. It's like.
So how do you normally try to cope with such issues? So like anger, sadness, things like that. Like how do you normally try?
It would be just like doing things I like, whether it's like just hanging out with my friends or playing with my friends or something. Chilling out.
So or like sometimes playing games.
Yeah, or normally if I like I just need some space, I'll just like say like I need space.
Do you think that helps any, or like do you think there could be better ways of handling it? Like how does it help you?
I would say there could be better ways because one, I don't know why, but I have a tendency to like keep my feelings in a lot. And I can tell that even yesterday when I was having an emotional moment, one of my friends was like trying to keep it in.
Yeah. And
I literally tried, like I was tearing up a little bit, but like not much. It's like how you say like emotionless in a way.
Yeah. So yep. How do you think we could improve at handling such issues in general or personally?
I would say just like I would definitely want to try to like let it out. It would ease up on most things, or most of my emotions.
Yeah. So, what about in general? Like, how do you think other people could potentially help their anger and emotions, like negative emotions? Because you said from personal experience, typically you try to play games with people, you try to take alone time. Do you think those things would help the average person?
I would say yeah, because I mean, as long as they have something they enjoy, or have something they enjoy, or like, how do you say like, I don't have something to enjoy, but like, I would say they like doing something they enjoy, then that will or may be able to help them in a way.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I actually used to struggle a lot with like anger in particular when I was younger. it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad, but like over time, just with age, I had calmed down, and I found the best way of dealing with anger is to kind of try to avoid the situation sometimes. Not always. Sometimes there's situations you can't avoid, but I have found that if it's something like getting angry at playing at a game or something, or getting angry at some sort of situation, it's good to take a step back and try to do something else you enjoy, like you said, or just getting some alone time that helps. So I definitely agree. So what are ways we could raise awareness for such issues, especially things like anger?
I would say like letting us know. Let me see. Like let others know about how they ask others how they feel and stuff, and if there's something like if they enjoy that could help them. And I mean that's all I can come at the moment, but
okay,
there probably is more.
Yeah. Do you think awareness for this is important?
Well, not just for me, but for a lot of people, it definitely is. Because then, like, you would need to be aware of not just your feelings, but like how others would react to it and stuff.
Yeah, like how others are feeling too.
Yep.
Yeah. Hi, Simply Rixon. Hello. We are doing our first mental health stream, where we are talking about anger and emotions, and basically we get to also discuss with y'all about anger and emotions and answering questions and stuff. So you say, it is what it is, we ball again. That's how I'm rolling for years now. Is that how you tend to deal with anger and emotions? Let's see. Let's do the next question. How can we be safe and supported when dealing with these struggles? Especially with anger, I think, because I think anger can be dangerous. Sometimes you could get yourself into really bad situations if you're angry, not thinking. So how can we be safe?
Definitely find ways to calm the person.
Yes, I think so.
And try to help them think of happy thoughts and stuff.
I think also maybe not only just calming the person, but trying to take them out of the situation that's making them angry. Like, for instance, let's say road rage. That's a really big, dangerous anger issue. So I think usually it's best if something is making you angry on the road, like let's say there's like a driver that's like brake checking you, or like maybe there's someone really slow on the road and it's making you really angry. It's good to maybe try to find a place to stop. If you have to keep driving, then try to distract yourself with music maybe. Generally try to distract yourself from that emotion. If you're driving with someone, maybe have a conversation with them, maybe talk about what you're feeling, or try to use other coping strategies like taking deep breaths, counting your breaths, of course, things like that. And generally try to maybe think of like why that person is driving the way they are. Maybe they are angry, maybe they are busy or not like in a rush. Maybe they have some sort of story behind why they're driving that way. So maybe try to understand why they are the way they are in that way.
Yep.
And try to have some understanding, and then that would help you to calm your brain, because then you're like, oh, I understand now. there's all sorts of ways that you can handle anger in different situations, but generally distractions, I think, coping methods like breathing exercises and whatnot, taking yourself out of the situation. I think a lot of these are generally pretty good ways to help your anger calm down, because it's not healthy to be angry all the time. I think like anger can raise your blood blood pressure, so it's bad for your heart. It increases stress hormones, which can cause things like weight gain and stuff like that. It can cause all sorts of changes to your body, and it's generally unhealthy changes. So it's always good to try to handle your anger in some ways. And some ways you can also treat it as an it is what it is sort of situation, like Simply Rickson said. Like if you accept the situation, that's another way of coping, is simply accepting what's happening as it is what it is. Here we go again, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, when I was having the moment, like after I one of my friends comforting me about the situation and stuff. After I told them what happened, and after I started to calm down and everything, and then I started to realize it wasn't like it is what it is. It's like some people are okay with that, some people aren't. So it's like,
yeah. Let's see. Do you have anything like you want to talk about? Like you mentioned stuff about 2024, 2022 before. Like situations related to anger and emotions. Would you like to discuss that, or?
So I would say there has been moments where I'm like wondering like what, or even I would say like emotional moments, like I would say like in past, right? Like not just in general, but like with relationship and stuff, it's been like very interesting, I would say. Like this was even before I met you and stuff. It was like chaotic.
In what way? In what way was it chaotic?
In terms of literally one of my friends was like trying to get me to get back to him, like for stuff forcing me and stuff. That was annoying. And then in 2023, I had it was like a whole situation where like that was it. Well, not 2023, like 2022 to 2024, it was like the whole 1 minute I'm in a relationship thing, 1 minute I'm not. It's like on and off. It's like just literally 1 minute I'm like I want to take a break, and then one part of me is like you should take a break. The next part is like don't take a break. Like I did take a break every now and then, so like for
So you took a break from it, and how did that kind of help you?
It did help me in a way to like to think about stuff and then like reflect on it.
Yeah. What kind of thoughts did you have, like reflecting on it?
It's like thoughts I would say was like just like wondering like how would it went if this or that didn't happen, kind of thing. Or how would it went if it went this way, kind of thing.
Yeah. So generally those were kind of like emotional moments, right? Like generally with dealing with like relationships and stuff, in and out of them.
Yep.
So maybe what kind of things did you feel going in and out of relationships, all this stuff happening?
For me, it helped me be, I would say it helped me. I'm so sorry. I would say it helped me to be a little stronger each time, because like even my second ex was like, the reason I'm doing this is to teach you to be stronger and stuff, and like I mean eventually it helped me to be stronger, so
yeah. In what way did you feel stronger?
I would say like emotionally and mentally. Like in some ways I would but it did help. Like during from then to now I've had I think 11 relationships. I don't even know. I know it's around there.
Were they like short-term relationships or long-term?
Two of them were long-term and like the others were short-term.
Yeah. So that generally like trying to date people and it didn't work out sort of thing?
Yep.
Yeah. I definitely remember things like I've only had really one relationship ever. It was a long-term relationship. And I remember the breakup was difficult. I definitely felt a lot of emotions. It took me months to recover. I know like I honestly struggled just like being alone for a while. It caused like a lot of changes in my life because suddenly that person was gone. And then I remember feeling almost anger at them for causing this, because all of a sudden all these things in my life started to change and I started to blame them for it. But now I'm almost happy that those changes occurred, because there's some changes that are good in my life, and I've also been more motivated in other ways. Like with streaming and like doing things on my own, becoming more independent, being myself and not relying on someone else. I definitely feel it was good in a way. Like sad it's over, but you know, we move on, and I grew a lot throughout that relationship and then afterwards. So there's good things, there's bad things relating to that, of course, but generally I feel like every relationship you kind of grow from, I think. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, I feel that's honestly real, because another thing to add to that is that when I know there are people who get clingy a lot, and that's me sometimes. Like depending on how things go, I will get clingy, and it's like I try, like I am working on trying to not be that clingy, which that is that. But I mean, I am. Back then, I was like really, but now I'm like, I've worked on that, so that's been fine now. So, but yeah, I know and then what really, and another thing to the clickiness is that if you're really next to someone that you like and stuff, that will really break you.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what happened yesterday when I had the emotional breakdown. Like that broke me for real. Like I'm okay now, but like that really broke me.
Yeah, it's definitely really hard. Especially if it's something like you get really attached to someone. It becomes really hard to let go of them, especially because you get so used to their presence, I feel like. And then suddenly like, oh, they won't be there anymore. It's almost like one thing my therapist told me about that was it's almost like losing someone. Like even though they're still alive, it's as if you've lost someone because suddenly they're not in your life anymore. So that's why breakups can be so hard too. Lots of emotions and stuff. I feel like, but like, did you feel you grew from some of these things in some ways?
Yeah, I did. I mean, for a lot of it, I have healed and stuff, especially well, a recent one I was like really thinking about it as well, so like I am still healing from that, which is like, that was like 2 weeks ago, probably 3 now, and yeah, I mean, but yeah, I have learned from that stuff. It's like, but yeah, I'm just getting there in terms of getting there. And then another thing is that I know some people would be worried about is like being judged for certain things. And it's like, bruh.
What kinds of things?
Like judged because of either your height or something. Height or how you look or something. Just any random thing in general.
Yeah. I know I'm lucky because since I'm a girl, I don't have to be judged on my height because I'm very short. But I know that's a thing that a lot of men are judged for. I never really understood it, I guess. Maybe because to me everyone is tall, so it's like it doesn't really matter to me. But like I know some people are like, oh, they have to be 6 foot or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hi Gainu. Thank you. I'm sorry, I removed the text-to-speech. I just added it back. And yeah, I changed the background for this podcast. I have different scenes, of course, in my OBS. So this one is a new one that I kind of added. And yeah. Yeah, I'm really happy with it so far. I'm still working on it, but you know, it's a thing. It's a thing.
Real quick.
Okay. So Gainu, do you deal with anger and emotions a lot? That's what we're talking about today. We're talking about anger and emotions. So we've talked about how anger kind of like can be really harmful to the person, not only to other people, but it can be harmful to you. It causes like a lot of stress, a lot of physical changes, especially if you regularly feel anger. It can be dangerous, like with road rage and stuff like that. It can be really bad. And do you deal with any of that stuff? And how do you deal with that, if you would like to answer? I know for me, I deal with anger by avoiding the situation. Not really avoiding it, sorry. I'm looking for the word. It's kind of taking a step back is what I mean. So whenever I'm angry, I know like I will, like if I get angry at a game, I will stop playing it and like do something else. I will get away from my computer and take a little walk around. I know I try to step back from that situation if I can. So how do you deal with emotions? And anyone in chat, if you would like to discuss with us your experience with anger and emotions, feel free. You don't have to, but feel free. Otherwise it might be a very short stream if we run out of things to talk about. But yeah. So I was just giving a summary, a Nightflame, of what we've been talking about.
Yep.
We're also talking about relationships right now and like breakups, how that kind of affects us emotionally, but also like how we grow from it.
Yeah, right. I thought I put the thing on, but it wasn't. I thought I opened the program, bruh. I'm trying to open my VTuber thing.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I opened it, bruh. I opened it earlier, but did it crash randomly? That's so stupid. Because I opened it earlier.
Yeah, I just see a black screen.
Nah. Yeah, hold on, I'm figuring out right now. Okay, there we go. Yeah, my VTuber thing was like, yep, I'm not having it today. Okay, I'm good now. It's like, I was wondering why wasn't I seeing it on my side as well? It's like, right. Having brain cell loss.
Yeah, so...
Oh yeah, another thing I realized too is that for some reason I would consider myself... So... I would consider myself like a Shadow the Hedgehog kind of thing.
Yeah.
For some reason, that's also why my character is based off of Shadow the Hedgehog. Is like my level of like emotions and stuff is like a lot.
Yeah. I recently watched the Shadow the Hedgehog movie. Not the Shadow the Hedgehog movie, the Sonic movies. The Sonic movies. The one with Shadow in it, and also the other ones. And he definitely feels a lot of emotions, especially regarding like loss and stuff, because he lost Maria. So I definitely could see that.
Yeah, and not just me, but a lot of other people would definitely relate to it. It's like definitely something that a lot of people would have in common.
Yes, he's definitely a relatable character in some ways.
Yep.
So also, we could talk about our VTuber designs. I know for me, a lot of emotions actually influenced it. It was actually based off of my 13-year-old self originally. That's where it all started, because when you're like around that age, there's a lot of like changes going on, especially like mentally. And I know like I struggled with depression and stuff like that. That was beginning around then because of the changes in my brain. So a lot of my character's lore reflects that. There's also like the designs and stuff reflect different things, like interests in my life and stuff like that. Like it's inspired by Black Rock Shooter. It's inspired by this Vocaloid song called Valkyria.
Oh yeah.
And it's inspired by like Valkyries, angels, Bakanekos. It's inspired by like my favorite colors, yellow and blue, of course. And it's also just me. So I know. So like, I know like with the lore, for instance, it's influenced a lot by my feelings of loneliness, my like those emotions, that sadness sort of things. So my character is a lonely god, a lone god that no one can understand because they can't. So like definitely influenced by like emotions and stuff. The Valkyria song is literally about a girl that is lonely and plays video games, and she wishes to be part of the video game as her character Valkyria. But then one day she switches places with her and horrible things happen in the real world, and she regrets ever switching places. But the character itself inspired my design. What about your design? What about your design? Like, what's inspired it?
Mine's, I would say... So, the wings... Oh... I know I have to update my wings and stuff, but like, originally... So, if you see on my PNG, right, that's how it's supposed to be. Like, mine's supposed to be like... dark. One side's gonna be is like a dark, one side's a light. So like, because like I'm like a fallen angel type character.
Yeah.
Also, what the heck? Yeah. So I'm like a fallen angel type character, so like I'm trying to. I know I'm planning on updating mine soon, so like that'll probably be something. But yeah, yeah, my character, like I said, is inspired by Shadow, so like sometimes when I do certain things, it's like just me it's about the only difference is that me, I'm just like quirky. I try like to be funny and stuff, so like just random things with me. But yeah, like with the wings, like as you can see, like one side's supposed to represent the purple technically represents the dark, and then well the other side represents light. My clothing itself is like it looks like a vampire-ish thing. Like I do kind of like vampires as well. And then there is the collar, so like I like cats, so. And then the air, well, the airs is cat ears, so that I can. I am thinking of putting making a character with dog ears as well, because I like dogs as well. My character's lore would be like how so my original form is like a dragon.
Yeah.
So and then well, I ended up my character ended up losing its real parents and stuff, and then so I decided to try to fly away somewhere, and then ended up randomly ended up getting hurt and stuff during the flight. But I mean, I made it in the backyard of someone's home, and not knowing whose home it was, I randomly just hid there, and then next day when I woke up, I got to realize that the home was actually the home of your character's home. So I was like coincidence that's also why I have two tails. Because like apparently my family or birth family had like two tails. I didn't know that until like recently, and then that's how I got the double tail. But the only difference is that like it was like mine's was like, since I'm a fallen angel and stuff, mine's would be like, or I would say mine's, although I'm a fallen angel, I'm more like between gods or whatever you want to call it. Between, I don't know. Because there's the angels and then there's the demons below. Angels above, demons below. But like, for some reason, one of my friends think of me as like between angels and demons for some reason, or having the power of both.
Like half and half.
Yeah, and then that's when I realized, oh, I'm a shapeshifter basically. And so I can basically shapeshift into any character / object or whatever. Let me show that real quick. So there's this version. There is the gender bend version of me. Which also these characters, these two characters specifically I did make. I'm working on others. Will be with headphones. I just decided to put like random eyeliners for some reason. I don't know why. Because I was like messing with my model to see how it'll look. For some reason it just looked cool.
Yeah. Do you think any of your design or lore is inspired by real life or emotions or anger or anything? Or is it just something preference?
It probably does. Oh, I'll be back. I'm being called something. I'll be back.
Alright. Yeah. So anyway, so we are talking about anger, emotions as usual. So anyone that wants to participate, feel free. Currently, we are talking about our designs and lore, specifically how it relates to emotions and real life and whatnot. Mine is related to loneliness, sadness, and stuff like that, because that's what I felt at the time when I was designing it. Beforehand, because this design evolved over the years, so it was very different back then. But yeah, so I guess I could talk about things like I struggled with like anger when I was younger. I kind of grew out of it as I grew older. A lot of it has to do with some of my other diagnoses, because I would regularly get angry at things really quickly, because I could get overwhelmed, or if things didn't go my way, I could get really angry, because if it went against like expectations, it was kind of devastating. So that's why I would feel anger at times. So like I would throw tantrums when I was little, like most kids, but like they were more extreme. I would get really angry like playing games and like frustrated really easy, and would do things like smashing my keyboard. Like I got real angry. I struggled really bad with anger. As I grew older, I began to calm down. So now I don't really feel anger that quickly. I feel frustration, but like I don't get as angry as I did back then. And some of it's having to do with my like ways I deal with anger, because now that things are settled, I deal with anger a lot by trying to leave the situation that's causing me to be angry. Taking a step back and like taking a walk, or doing something else that's not the thing that's making me angry, which can be a good skill at times. Sometimes it's also not the best. Like for instance, if I try driving and I get angry, sometimes you can't just stop the car like wherever, and the best thing to do is then to take a stop somewhere else, like maybe at a gas station or something, and calm down. Or like, because for me it's more fear with cars, not really like road rage. I don't really get that. Like I tend to be chill driving. I tend to get frustrated and angry when I'm like scared and not sure what to do though when driving. So I kind of struggle with that still. I'm still learning, of course, but there's a lot of things to do regarding like anger and stuff, I believe. So if anyone wants to talk about their struggles with anger or emotions, feel free to type in the chat. I am willing to answer questions or like give advice on the personal level of what I would do and whatnot. So if you feel the need, feel free to type in chat. Otherwise, yeah, basically I can continue talking about like other stuff, other emotions. Like for instance, I struggled a lot with loneliness and sadness. I feel less of it now. I've had bad experiences in the past with loneliness and stuff, especially FOMO, fear of missing out. I struggle with that a lot because I'm more of a loner type. I know, like for me, like let's say for instance, I went to physical school up until middle school. And then when I was in high school, I did all online school for the 4 years. And so my friends who were there at the time at physical high school, at the school I was supposed to go to, they got closer together, but then they started distancing themselves from me because they stopped relating to me, I think, and I became shyer and shyer. I know, like, for instance, I felt a lot of fear of missing out and loneliness because they started excluding me. And so over the years, I've started to get over it. It was really difficult because it went on for years, and so it kind of like held its like grip on me. But I know, like, recently with my boyfriend, I've been meeting new people and going out places and stuff like that, and so I felt a little less lonely because I have someone around. And yeah, so like I felt like less fear of missing out because he makes sure to bring me to all these events and stuff with him. And so we also make sure to, like, you know, like, stay together and like do things together. And so I've gotten over my fear of missing out a lot. Sometimes I still feel it on occasion, but like that's very rare, and a lot of it's having to do with like making more friends and like having a partner and stuff like that. Because for me, it's really difficult to talk to people, so I struggle a lot with like fear of missing out and like loneliness and like the sadness that comes with it. Hi Nightflame, welcome back. I was just talking about fear of missing out, my struggles with like anger a little bit more, and like my struggles with like loneliness and sadness.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah. So like for instance, I was talking about like my friends in high school, they like slowly got distanced from me, and so I started feeling that fear of missing out because then I was not invited to places because it became more awkward to be with them, and I think it was the same with them. So they stopped inviting me places, and I felt that fear of missing out and that loneliness. Have you struggled with any feelings of loneliness or fear of missing out before? Would you like to discuss it?
That's been happening to me a lot, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, dealing with it, I have been coping like lately. Whether it's on Discord or VR chat, I would just have my status as lonely or something.
Yeah. And
honestly, I've been trying to cope with it. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. It's just a whole series. I don't even know how to explain it, but I don't know what word I'm looking for. But yeah.
Yeah. So, what ways do you try to cope with it? Like, how do you normally try to cope with it?
I would try to either, when I'm in the mood, I'll either try to find friends on an app, or just talk with the ones I have and see how it goes.
So, like, talking with friends and stuff.
Yeah, not to mention the fact with, again, finding a girlfriend stuff. I know that goes.
Yeah, and that always helps, like, to have someone around you can rely on.
Yep.
But it's not good always to rely on them. I've struggled myself with relying only on my partner for like social interaction and stuff like that. I know, like, it's been really hard because I know I struggle with making friends. So like for me, I always relied on my partner to like go places, to like do stuff, to even like chat and like, you know, have someone to talk to. But I know like I became really dependent on them and so used to their presence that when they were gone, I was so lonely. I couldn't like handle it. I like just couldn't handle it. And it caused a lot of changes in my life where like I had to switch schools to be closer to family so that way I can have like a support system, because I was away for college at a different city, like 3 hours away. And so I didn't really have like people that supported me. I mean, I started making friends, which was the best thing. I think honestly having friends is probably better than having a partner to me, because you're less reliant on them. Because when you when you become so reliant on them, it can be dangerous too.
Real though.
Yeah.
Not to mention, it's like every day you're always like waiting for them to either talk to you.
Yeah.
You're always talking to them, and then which also leads back to the clingy part of it. Like,
yeah, you start becoming clingy because you become dependent on them. In a way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Continue. Oh.
I was back.
Okay.
Back.
Yeah. So I know, like with my boyfriend, I struggled like to become independent. I'm still dealing with it because like I can't drive, so I'm not really independent. I rely on my parents to drive and partner to drive. So it's not very healthy. So I know one way to like deal with that dependence is to do things like make more friends, like just by trying to talk to people. I think that helps a lot. Trying to find interests. Like I know I try recently to talk to people if they have like at school I was at orientation and I was like, oh, what's your major? What are you gonna do? Stuff like that, and just make small talk. And that way I can slowly connect to someone. And I know having friends is really, really, really important. A lot of people only have like a partner, and then they rely on their partner for socialization and everything, when it becomes really unhealthy to depend on them like that for everything. Like I know a lot of guys have girlfriends, and then the girlfriends like don't like if you have like friends that are girls and stuff like that, which not good if you're thinking like that. There's some issues that need to be resolved, definitely, in my opinion. I think like trust issues and stuff. For instance, my partner has a lot of friends that are girls, but they are in relationships and stuff. Even if they weren't in relationships, honestly, I would still trust him, because I tend to put my heart on my sleeve, I guess. I go all in. If like I'm trusting this person enough to be in a relationship with them, I'm going to like, you know, I'm going to trust them and put my faith in them that they're not gonna cheat, that they're gonna stay with me, maybe not break up with me, and like stuff like that. Even if there's a chance that they would, or maybe that'll happen in the future, I still put my all into the relationship. I feel like that's the healthiest thing to do, is to have trust and faith in a relationship. Even if it means your heart gets broken, it's good to always have some faith, you know, instead of hurting yourself by not having trust. Like my last relationship ended in October, the beginning of October 7th. And that was tough. It took me months to recover because I put my all into the relationship. But now I'm in another relationship and everything is fine now. So it just takes time to heal. It's okay to take time to heal. It's okay to let your heart be broken sometimes, as long as we move forward in the end. I feel like, I don't know, that's my opinion. So anyways, so with anger in relationships, that one's kind of tough. I've never really felt anger in a relationship. I felt frustration before, but I've never really been angry at my partner because I always try to understand the reasoning. Like once with my previous partner, we got into a little car accident, and when I asked if he was okay, he kind of yelled at me, like, no shit, of course I'm not okay, or something like that. And so instead of getting mad at him, I kind of like, I understood in my mind, like, you know, wait, like, yelling at me is unacceptable. However, I understand that this is not the time to argue with him. This is a time that he needs to be comforted because we got into the first car accident he's ever had. And I'm always scared of cars, but like more importantly, this was his car, and so I needed to comfort him. And so it's a lot of understanding the other person. It's a lot of reasoning, using your reason before you react. It's a lot of trying to avoid being reactive, I feel like, with anger or frustration. Because I was a little frustrated at him because I didn't like being yelled at, of course, but I calmed myself down because I knew that he was just reacting out of stress. He wasn't thinking, and that he was just as scared as I was. So there's a lot of things that you can do with talking about anger and whatnot, as I've been saying. Yeah. That's what I feel like is really important. Always try to understand the other person. Try to put yourself in their shoes for a second, even if it's hard. It's good to practice doing that. Sometimes there's people that feel like you can never understand, and those kinds of people, it's okay to take a step back and kind of like you know, be like, okay, I don't feel comfortable with this person, I'm not going to interact with them. And it's okay to take a step back. Because if like someone, like let's say you're having an argument with someone, and you're just not understanding their side, it's okay to take a step back and be like, look, I don't care about winning this argument, I'm just gonna leave, I'm just gonna go. Because it's better to do that than to keep like rage baiting yourself, you know, to keep like hurting yourself by like talking and like arguing and stuff. Sometimes it's better just to let go, because there's some people that just don't let go, and like they just keep on going and going and going, and it can be really like hurtful or like frustrating. Because when things are frustrating, it does hurt you. It's bad for you, you know? Unless it's a mental challenge. But even then, it's still bad. You still need to take a step back just to process, you know? But yeah. That's what I've been saying, at least. That's what I think, at least. Honestly. Like, on my level, I guess. There's a lot of things we can do to grow, I think, as people regarding our own emotions, because we're unique to animals, because we can like do a loop around and understand our emotions and think, why am I reacting like this, instead of just reacting like a dog or something. Like where a dog gets scared and barks, we could be like, okay, I feel like barking, but like, why? We can ask ourselves why, and we can calm ourselves down with reason, which other things can't do. So we're kind of special in that way, and it's good to use that unique talent that like humans have of reasoning to try to work on ourselves better. I think it's really important for self-improvement, to become not only a better person, but to help yourself to become healthier, mentally and emotionally, and like, yeah, that's what I think. Yeah. Also, the background is really nice. It's actually a freebie that I drew on. I used like a couch asset, and then I drew over it. I drew the bed and everything. The laptop and microphone are free assets. Yeah, they're all very nice. I'm still working on stuff, but like, yeah, I'm still doing that. We're just waiting for Nightflame right now, so yeah. Yesterday, I went to well, where did we go? We went to my partner's mom's place, and it was so fun. It was we got to spend the day. We got to like feed catfish and eat yummy meals and stuff, and watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It was really fun. And then we went to yesterday this antique mall that we'd been to before, because I wanted this one thing from there that I took a picture of and wanted. So like we drove like 30 minutes there and spent 30 minutes looking for it because it wasn't in the same place anymore. We like circled the place like 5 times, like looking for it, and I finally found it. It was a snail planter. It's really cute. I'll have to show you guys on like webcam in the future, but it's so cute. I got it for like $12, and it was adorable. It was the best thing. I was so excited. I've also been buying cosplay materials because I'm gonna be at Anime Matsuri. It's a anime convention in Houston, and I'm really excited to go there. I'm gonna be volunteering at Artist Alley to help set up, and then I'm gonna be purchasing everything. I'm gonna be buying everything. It's so fun. I've been to a convention before and it was really fun, but this time I'm gonna be going for 4 days, which is new. I've never been for 4 days, and I've never been volunteering at one, so I'm gonna be doing like 6 hours a day volunteering, like just setting up and stuff, probably. Yeah, I've been buying cosplay materials, so I'm gonna be cosplaying first Hatsune Miku, then Eevee, then Fluttershy, and then I'm probably gonna be wearing like Lolita clothes or something the 4th day. I'm not sure. Maybe something casual. I don't know. But it's gonna be fun. Me and my partner are gonna be sharing a hotel room with like 5 other guys, and it's gonna be chaotic because I'm probably gonna have to sleep on the couch while they all cuddle on the bed. It's gonna be really funny. It's so funny. Like the bro group like hug, bro group cuddle session. It's so strange. Anyways, yeah. So we're just waiting on Nightflame right now. We had been talking about anger and emotions and relationships and how that affects our emotions and mental health, our character designs, and how that relates to like our emotions in real life and stuff like that. We've been talking about like a lot of stuff. I'm trying to fill the silence too because I'm running out of things to talk about, because yeah, we've been talking for just a little while, just even though it's only been like an hour. You know, it's hard to keep talking for an hour. Like try it one day. Like record yourself talking non-stop for like an hour, and it's really hard. It's actually really hard, but it's also really fun. I really love like talking to y'all, even though like, you know, it doesn't have to be many of y'all. I'm gonna be recording this session, so like I'm gonna be editing it and then posting it on YouTube. So it doesn't have to be like, you know, continuous, but like yeah. Also, I need to take a sip of water because my throat is drying out. Yeah. So, do you guys want to talk about emotions or like anger, your experiences with it? Maybe I can give advice or something, because that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing is saying my personal experience and advice and stuff like that. I can't give professional advice, of course, because I'm not a therapist, I'm not a licensed psychiatrist or anything, but I can talk about these things because I've had, like most people, experience with it. And I used to have anger issues, for instance, when I was younger, so like I can talk about that in depth and just like how it's changed over the years and whatnot, because it used to be pretty bad. It was pretty bad, and then as I grew up, I calmed down more, and I've taken on like... You didn't share the chat. What do you mean? What do you mean you didn't share the chat? Which chat? Which chat? With Nightflame? Oh, he can see. He can see. I'll tell him. I could like talk to him with it, you know? Because every time someone speaks, I will usually like announce it, you know? On stream. We could talk a little how to deal with bad emotion, how to deal with that. Yeah. So how do you tend to deal with bad emotions, like negative emotions like sadness, anger, stuff like that? For me, I talked about this a little bit. I like with anger, I try to take a step back, try to remove myself from the situation. With sadness, I try to like listen to something good, like good music, watch like happy videos. Oh, and hi. Yes. Yes, hi Iced Coffee Cozy. Hello. Hello. And yeah, I tend to oh, Nightflame's back. Hello. Might cut sometimes.
It's Iced Coffee. I just came back from why I was reading chat.
Uh-oh. Hold on.
What is that?
Nightflame, your mic is robotic. Hold on, let me... It says the ping is good, but like, yeah. Sorry about mics cutting. Sorry about that.
It's been doing that the entire time, or is it?
It's just right now robotic. Here, let me exit and come back in. Join voice. No, it's still the same. It's still the same.
I'll see what I'm rejoining it on my own.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's still robotic. But we were talking about... Hold on, I'm adjusting my seat. We were talking about like stuff like that, relationships. I kind of talked a lot about stuff. Yeah, and
I have any questions for you or both of us.
Yeah, so we have a question right now. Well, not a question, but more of like how do we deal with negative emotions? If you guys can't understand him, I will translate. Or I'll try to translate. And thank you for following Iced Coffee Cozy. Thank you. Yes. So how do you deal with negative emotions typically? I know you mentioned with anger you like to game with friends and stuff like that, or take alone time.
Game with friends, do something you enjoy, game with friends, you know.
Yeah. What about other negative emotions like sadness?
Sadness, you could talk to a friend about letting them know like what's going on, how you feel and stuff, like what's going on in your life and stuff.
So talk to friends about like your feelings and stuff, what's going on.
Friends or family or something. Yeah.
Hi Monique, hello. He sounds like a tomodachi. Yeah, he kind of does right now. I don't know why. I don't know why it's happening. He's very robotic. Maybe it'll go away in a little bit. I don't know when it'll go away because the ping is good. Yeah.
Wait, hold on a second. Is it? Oh, that'll be a second. Hold on a second.
Hold on a second, okay.
Was it voice mod being dumb?
Did that fix it?
Yes, it fixed. It fixed.
Oh my god, it's stupid voice mod. Of course it's... So what'd you get on my stream again? We're back to normal mic again, guys. We're back to normal mic. I guess I'll have to use it for recording, yes.
Yes. So
voice
maybe...
mod was dumb.
Yeah. So maybe repeat how you deal with negative emotions. And then I'll cut out the what's it called?
Okay, never mind. It wasn't. Okay, wait, what? Okay, why was that low? What the frick?
Oh, you're fixing your stream?
No, I just realized my OBS. Not OBS. I realized my voice mod mic was halfway. Normally, it's all the way up. That could be why it was roboting. I don't know why. I don't know if that actually was a problem.
Strange. So how do you deal with negative emotions? Maybe let's repeat that.
Okay, so anger, just do something you enjoy. Try to distance yourself from others so you don't do something you regret.
Yeah.
And what was the other thing I said? I don't know. And then while it was sadness, you talk to someone, whether it's family or friends, and yeah.
Yeah, like a support group.
Yep.
Yeah, I definitely feel the same way. I like do the same things. But also I think when I'm sad I also like to just lay down for a bit. I lay down a lot. So like I always lay down a little bit. What's up?
Okay, I really need to fix Nightbot because apparently it just... Bruh. That is not spamming though. Yeah, iced coffee. That Nightbot's being dumb apparently. For some reason it thinks that you using an emoji is spamming. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's one of the settings. Yeah.
I'll probably have to go and fix that then, because that's the... While we're here, let me do that. Nightbot. Nightbot custom commands. Let's see. Regulars. Yeah. I have not used Nightbot. Like, I hardly use it, so I don't even know what. let me see. Excessive caps, links. What? This filter allows you to time out whitelist links. That doesn't make any sense, but okay. I'm gonna turn that off because that does not make any sense. That right there did not make any sense. Excessive symbols. Does that include? Does that even include? I think that could be excessive. I can speak. That could be other. Okay, I think it's okay. I turned it off, so that should have fixed it. That should have fixed it. Okay, iced coffee. I think I fixed it. Because that's been happening for a while. I don't know. I didn't know how to fix that. I don't know. Okay, that must have, that fixed it then. Okay. Okay, I fixed that. That was the issue. Okay. I'm back.
Okay.
I'm back
Yeah.
from losing brain cells. Yeah, I fixed the issues. Or issue.
Okay. Anyway, so any questions y'all have? Do y'all have any questions? It is 2:43. Okay. Let's see.
Welcome to daily live stream. 2:43 p.m.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any questions. So, with that, I'm probably gonna end here. Thank you, Nightflame, for coming. And thank you all for showing up. And thank you for watching. All my links are under !links. That's !links. That's where you can find my Discord, as well as all my other links. I will be posting this on YouTube, both in VOD format and in recording format, so edited. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. No, actually not tomorrow. I'm doing a recording tomorrow, not a stream. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Bye.